Hey, beautiful people. How y'all doing today? Hey, y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome back to Sedation Unscripted. So, as you can see from the title, I want to talk about staying grounded and positive, even when it's hard. As a woman, a mother, an individual, an entrepreneur, like what are some things you can do to stay grounded? So I'm gonna tell you the things that I do, probably give a little detail behind it, a little explanation. However, I'm also gonna do like a daily routine video, and also how I plan out my days later on. So you can definitely expect that maybe sometime this week or next week. And yeah, let's get right into it. So one thing about me is me being a mother of three, I'm very type A, and when things don't go my way or the way that I plan for the family, I go crazy. Like anyone who knows me personally knows I am very strict on my times, just so that I have enough time to give what I have to give the attention that it needs. So for me, when those things happen, or I feel like I'm losing my way, or things are just getting crazy and I need a moment, and I need to remind myself, one thing I will do, and you'll probably be like, girl, what? Like, isn't this about pushing through? I will take a break. That's the first thing I would do. Take a break. One thing about me, I have a really close girlfriend of mine, and sometimes when I'm cleaning, we'll be on the phone, or even if I'm not on the phone with her, or I'm just cleaning up and my mother will call me or my sister will call me and they'll be like, oh, what's going on? What you doing? I'll be like, oh, I'm taking a 7-minute break. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna grab me some water, I'm gonna turn on a show, I'm gonna give myself a break. Or if it's the end of the night and I'm like, okay, there were some things I had to do. If I really feel like I am losing it, I'm not doing anything else. I'm going to bed. I feel like with people right now, and especially with social media, they make it sound like, oh, you gotta get it done. There's no breaks. You can't do that. You gotta keep pushing. You can do that. But don't forget about your body. Don't forget about your mental. Like, I don't think a lot of people talk about that enough. Like, if I really feel like I'm going to lose it, I'm going to take my behind in my room. I'm going to bed, or I'm stopping for the day, or I'm focusing solely on my family, or I'm living in the moment. I'm like, you know what? It could wait till tomorrow. Now, before y'all get the twist and y'all start taking 3-4 days off, I'm not saying that to say, oh, if you just feel like it's too much, just stop. No, I'm saying if you are consistently working and you feel like a burnout is about to come, the best thing for you to do is just to take a break. That's it. Just say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm add it on my list for tomorrow. Or I'll do it in about 2 hours. Let me go take a shower, read a book, watch one of my shows, just to bring you back down. Because once you feel like you're just up here, it gets crazy. It gets real crazy. So that is my number one thing I'll tell anyone. Oh, you feel, girl, take a break. Boy, go sit down. Like, it's not that serious, and your mental and your physical is not worth it. So make sure you take that break. My second thing to staying grounded and positive for me, and remember, I always tell y'all, this is what I do. You are open to try it. I'm not gonna say it's gonna work, but for me, it works. So I get up super early. I realize if I don't get my dopamine fix, I'm not in the best, mindset. So what I do is I'll get up, I'll reflect, I'll talk to God, I'll journal. Then I will go to the gym, kill my workout, come home, shower and just give myself that time before my day really starts. So that means before I talk to Mike, if he's not up, before I deal with the kids, before I check an email, that is something I do. I'm going to give myself that time. Like, I feel like when you do things that make you happy, and it might not be at the times that you want to do them. Like me, I'm not going to say I don't love waking up at 4 a.m. because I actually do. But for me, like, maybe I can't do it in the morning. Maybe I'm going to have to do it at night. I hate doing that. I don't like it at all. However, if I have to do it to make sure that I am staying on track and I'm staying grounded and positive, I will. I will. However, if I don't have to and I can keep it on my path, I definitely would do that. But yes, just give yourself that time to reflect and get ready for what you have coming. Especially if it's a busy day or just like you know that it's gonna be a little rough. Like you already got wind. Like maybe you found out you have to take on somebody else's project because they're not going to be in, they're going on vacation or something, or that's going to add more stress, or you know that you have to do this photo shoot and you're missing a few items and you know that's going to be too much, or you realize you have like 20 things on your to-do list that needs to get done that day. One thing about me, I am definitely, before I even start my day, I am going to give myself that me time, that low time, get my dopamine fix, do the things that make me happy so that I can at least go into the day, at least start the day with a positive attitude. The goal is to keep it all throughout the day. But, yeah, I don't know if that's always going to happen. But just to know that I at least started the day feeling good, and it slows down a burnout also. So that's another thing I do. To stay grounded and positive. Number 3, of course, in my top 3, I pray. I talk to God. I reflect. Like, I will sit there and we will have a full conversation. And it's good to talk. And me, it's, you know, if you have friends that you can vent to, that's cool too. But it's nothing like just sitting there and having a conversation with God. Like, that is one of the best things I can do. Like, if it's not, it's the best thing I can do. I love just sitting there talking to God, figuring it out. Like, those are my top 3. Like, I have to do that. I have to have my me time, and in my me time, I pray. I have to take a break if I'm feeling like I'm about to lose it, because I don't want to lose it on my partner. I don't want to lose it on my kids or anyone that doesn't deserve it, and put myself in that mental unnecessary mental, I don't want to say tension, more like I don't want to chance myself having a mental breakdown or just get it into a really negative mindset. And I will sit there and have a full conversation with the Lord. Like, I have no problem saying I'm stressed out, I'm tired, what am I supposed to do now? Like, this is just too much, I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm that person. So those are my top 3. But I do have 2 more that I think is really beneficial as well. So we have take a break, give yourself your me time, talk to the Lord. Another thing I do is meditate. My meditating is not sitting on the floor. No, my meditating is just being in a quiet area, not thinking about anything, and just relaxing. I don't have to be on the floor. I will sit in my bed. I could be in the shower and just close my eyes and just live in that moment. And it seems like something so small. Like, does that really help? It really does. And if you have a problem with meditating, my thing is to start off real small, maybe like 90 seconds to 2 minutes, of just trying to get into that space where you are relaxing your whole body, relaxing your mind, not thinking about anything, just allowing yourself to feel in that moment. Is a great tactic. I love it. For me personally, I like to do it more in the shower. That's where I find it's easier for me to get that, like, be able to be one with myself. So that's another one that I really enjoy doing. So if you want to, I definitely suggest you giving that a try, especially as a mom. Even if them kids is banging on the door, because let me tell you, I know about it. I've been through it. I'm going through it constantly. It's, just being able to be like, and learn how to channel it out and give yourself that moment. They will be okay for those 2 minutes. They'll be okay for those 3 minutes. They'll even be okay for those 5 minutes that you are just not responding and living in the moment and being present with yourself and with your body. That is amazing. That's such a great feeling. And like I said, it's not easy the first time. Actually, it took me quite a few times to fully learn how to meditate before I actually started meditating. And now, let me tell you something. As soon as you lose me. Like, I I'm much better with that and just shutting my brain off. So that's definitely one thing I would say to practice. Now, my last thing is just as effective with everything else that I have said. However, it is, is the last thing that comes to my mind. Taking time with your family. I find that talking to my daughters, reading with them, just sitting in their space, watching TV, while the coloring, eating with them, just the smallest thing, having a snack. Me and Madeline, that's the 4-year-old, she loves to share snacks with me. So even if it's not all of them at one time or it's just one of them, I use my children. Like, when it's not them that's stressing me out, y'all. When it's not them stressing me out, I will use my children. More for like when it's business and I'm like going crazy, to keep me grounded, because just listen to them talk. If you have children, even nieces, nephews, godchildren, if you're around any type of children, you don't have kids, but you're a teacher or your girlfriend's got kids, your homies got kids. If you ever just sit there and listen to them, they are just the most simple creatures. Like, I can tell Mackenzie anything. Like, I can tell anything that's going on with the business, and she'll come with the simplest thing. So stop, Mom. Or so just don't do it. Or she'll say, like, there was one time I was just telling her, like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. I gotta put on my makeup. Da, da. She said, well, then don't do it. Then do it without your makeup. You don't have to do that. You're pretty. You don't care what people think. Like, they're just so simple. And just having conversations about things that have nothing to do with where my mind is going. So like talking about a show or talking about a book, those little things do bring me joy, and it does bring me back down. And when it comes to the business, or it just comes to me being overwhelmed with, because I still do work a 9-to-5 with my place of employment, it's just like, like they remind me of why I'm doing it, and they remind me that it's never that serious. Kids will remind you in a heartbeat it's never that serious. They don't even have to say it's never that serious. They just have to be themselves, and you'll really look and be like, yeah, why am I stressing this? So for me, that's another thing. And also dealing with my kids, it does take my mind off of whatever I'm going through, because now I'm focusing on what they're saying or what they're doing. So for me, that's definitely another thing that I would do if you do have like access to children, but obviously with permission. Don't just be going off talking to people's kids because you stressed out. Just make sure, like that, you just having like you just listen to them or you just watch them. It's just because they're just so little and sweet and innocent. It's just like, oh, I don't know. For me, it does something. It might not do anything for you. Again, like I told y'all, this is stuff that I do to make sure that I stay grounded. It might not do anything for you, but it definitely does something for me. So those are my 5 tips for staying grounded. That's what I do to stay grounded, stay positive, and keep pushing forward even when I don't want to. And I'm like, I really just would rather just disappear for a few weeks. That's what I do to, stay grounded and positive. Let me know if you can resonate with any of this. Let me know if you have any other tips. Please leave it in the comments. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you for clicking play. I hope that you enjoyed this conversation. I hope that you enjoyed my little tips, what I personally do. And I hope that you subscribe, because I'm trying to build up my little family, my little homegirls, homeboys, my little beautiful people, beautiful besties. So yes, make sure if you want to see more of me and hear more of me and have these conversations, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see y'all all in the next video. Until then, enjoy your day.